My father was an artist, amongst many other things. He used to say something that stayed with me all my life. I can't shout, so I paint. I was in grade 2 when my father began painting a rainforest on the library wall of my school alongside the grade 10 students. I remember watching him work with them, balanced on tall ladders, sketching first, then filling the wall with color. Deep greens, earthy browns, and cutting through it all, a scarlet macaw. I stood below, looking up, completely spellbound. I wanted to be older, tall enough for the ladders, old enough to paint beside him. Slowly, the rainforest came alive. And every single day, I stood in front of it in awe. You see, I had grown up outdoors, in gardens, in open skies, sunlight on my skin, but I had never entered a real forest. So that rainforest became mine, my forest. The day after my father passed away, I was 9. I sat across from that wall for a long time. And in that silence, I understood something for the first time. Art outlives the artist. Every day after that, when I entered school, that rainforest greeted me. And with it, my father, steady, gentle, alive. Years passed. I grew up. I became an actor. From the outside, my life looked full, busy, successful. But let me take you to one night, a late shoot, well past midnight. I stood on the studio floor, learning choreography for a song while we were shooting. The instructor repeated the steps again and again. The crew grew tense, time slipped, dancers tired, and I froze. My body moved, but my mind went blank. Every step disappeared the moment I took it. I felt judged, small, ridiculous. They called for a 5-minute break. I stepped away and sat alone on the floor. That's when I noticed my jaw was clenched so tight it hurt. My breath was shallow. My shoulders had crept up to my ears. I tried to inhale deeply. I could not. My body no longer remembered how. And something inside me whispered, very quietly, "This is not right." I had been awake for over 30 hours, living on coffee and adrenaline, wrapping one set, running to the next. And suddenly, a strange thought surfaced. When was the last time I felt awake in my life? I couldn't remember. A few months later, serendipitously, a national news channel invited me to participate in the Tiger-thon. For the first time, as an adult, I entered a real forest. Pench, Madhya Pradesh. The moment we drove in, everything changed. The air softened, the light shifted, sound slowed, leaves whispered, bird calls rose and faded. And I held my breath, not from fear, but from awe. And then I saw her, a tigress moving through the trees, every muscle alert, but every step deliberate. The forest seemed to breathe with her. Time dissolved, and without thinking, I took a deep breath, a real one. It filled my chest, my ribs, my back. Something inside me unclenched. My shoulders dropped, my jaw softened. I hadn't felt this present, this fully inside my body in years. The forest asked nothing of me. It didn't rush me. It didn't demand performance. It simply allowed me to be. That moment felt like a homecoming. Not a place, but to a memory. I was 9 again, standing before a painted rainforest, feeling held. I understood then, staying connected to nature isn't a luxury for me, it is a necessity. And so I returned, first to small things, watching squirrels race up that banyan tree, walking bare feet on morning grass, standing still long enough to notice my breath. And every few months, I returned to the forests to sit, to listen, to remember. That return changed everything. How I live, how I choose my work, how I define success. It led me to walk beside forest guards, conservationists, and communities. People protecting what still breathes for us all. But more than anything, it gave me myself back. In the last decade, I think I've become a better human being and maybe also a better actor because I found my way home. And I've learned this. Home isn't always where you come from. Sometimes home is what reminds you how to breathe. My father used to say, I can't shout, so I paint. Today I understand him because when the world feels too loud, too hurried, too extractive, I don't shout either. I return to the forest, to the wall in the school library, to color, to stillness, to breath. This is how I paint my life now. Thank you.